Hey, Coach Ray here, coming to you today to talk to you about the scale and why the scale is not telling you the entire truth. And this is such an important topic. I'm really glad that one of my clients brought it up today because I think it's something that we don't talk about enough. And we just kind of accept that you hop on the scale, you're either happy or sad, and that's just not the way that it should be because, like I said, the scale doesn't tell the whole truth of your health. So today I want to talk a little bit about that, why I personally believe that, and you'll find other things out there, on social media or on the internet that will give you more reasons why you shouldn't just focus on the scale. But I'm going to share with you some of my own personal reasons, and hopefully you'll understand it clearly and you'll adopt these reasons for yourself. So, why is it one of my pet peeves? It's because the scale doesn't tell you, about most scales. I will say this, most scales, because there are some scales that will tell you how much of your body weight that you lost was water, how much was muscle, how much was fat. The ultimate goal, and most scales, not some of those fancier scales that they, have out there. In fact, I'll show you one. This is my scale, and it's not just a scale, it's an Omron scanner, so it will tell me my body weight. It will also tell me my BMI. It will tell me how much body fat I have, how much muscle I have, my body age, and also my visceral fat. Now, most people don't have scales like that. I'm a health coach, so I have this scale. I use it for my clients who come by personally, which I don't do so much anymore, but when they did, I would use that scale, and then I would show them really where their health actually is and not just the number on it. So sometimes we just get so consumed with what the number says that we're forgetting that it's a whole process. It's not just a number on the scale. It's an entire process of losing fat and gaining muscle, which is also something that can happen. Sometimes we step on the scale and we're like, I don't get it. I did everything right. And I get on the scale and I'm up 8 ounces. Your first thought usually isn't, oh, but could that be muscle? I mean, I have been eating more protein. I have been, doing more physical fitness than I was in the past. Could it be muscle? No, we immediately freak out. And we're like, dang it, I should have had that cookie or something like that. And really, I get it. I have been there where the scale was like my ruler and it had to say a certain, number on it in order for me to be happy. And you know what I found? The more that I felt that way, the more weight I gained. Isn't that interesting? Because I would find that I would do things to sabotage myself. Like, well, forget it. I am already more weight than I want to be. I may as well have this whatever churro. I love churros. I haven't had one in months, so I need to have one soon. But, you start feeling so bad about that number that it just starts to rule you in many other areas. So I want to share a couple of things with you um, about mindset. Um, I really am big on that. I know that it's 80% nutrition, 20% fitness, and it's 100% mindset. And I want to take you to a place, hopefully in your mind, that will allow you to release the stress of what you might see on the scale. And I'll give you a couple of maybe tips that you can take with you. I have 4 tips that I will share with you that you can take with you as you go on your journey. And it is just exactly that. It's a journey. It's not a day. It's not 6 days. It's not 21 days. It's the rest of your life. So, it's like knowing when you fall off track, at least there's tracks. At least you can jump back on it. And the most wonderful thing about this community where I'm a health coach is that there are people there to pull you up. Not just your coach, but other people there in our community that will pull you up. And if you're watching this video on YouTube and you're not yet a part of our community, I will put an email down below. You can send me a message and I can give you more information about how to join our community. In fact, I'll put a link down below to our Eat Clean Facebook group, and you can, you can start your journey there with us or continue your journey there with us. But it's just really important to have the right mindset when you go into it. We talk a lot about meal planning and knowing what you're going to eat. We talk a lot about, planning your fitness if you're going to have an exercise routine on a certain number of days, or which ones you're going to do or anything like that. But nobody talks about getting your mind together. Because if your mindset's not right, all of that other stuff will never work out, because it only takes one bright idea for your mind to make you quit. And that bright idea can be, dang it, I did so good. Why did the scale go up? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Or, wow, today you guys picked to go out to a family dinner together for a pizza and beer. It's day 5 of my 6-day Eat Clean challenge, you just can get thrown off so many ways. Setting your mind up initially is making the decision up front that nothing is going to shake you. Nothing is going to move you from this healthy, active journey. I've been where I was at too long. I don't want to stay there anymore. And you have the power, not the scale. You have the power to make that decision. It's just a decision. You just have to decide. But the reason we don't decide is because we don't foreplan falling off track. We don't or pre-plan like we do our meal prep. Well, what would happen if? What would happen if I gained weight this week? I, as a coach, actually just went through a 7-day challenge and I gained a pound. I didn't freak out about it. You know why? Because I was also working out. And I know that when I'm working out and getting more protein, that I'm probably building muscle. It's possible, right? Muscle, I'll show you, muscle is quite different than fat. It's a lot more dense. And so this might show up on the scale. So rather than like losing it, and I gained an inch. And rather than losing it over gaining an inch, I really just looked at it and said, this is not the complete picture of my journey. Let me think about what I've been doing. Why, if I did gain muscle, maybe I gained muscle and, I'm a little tighter in the belly area, because one of the things that, and I'm going to talk about this in my next 7-day, one of the things that we don't think about is when your belly fat, let's say this is your belly fat and this is the muscle behind the fat, as it starts to push its way through, it might put you out a little bit. You might get a little bit bigger before it starts to burn the fat away. But we don't think about any of those things. All we go is, you blasted scale, doggone it. And it's just not the whole truth. So I wanted to come on here and share with you really quickly and hopefully encourage you that, it is a journey. It is a process. But you want to be clear and fair to yourself to say, hey, wait a minute, what else could this mean? That's really the thing that I want you to ask yourself. What else could this mean? Instead of jumping to the conclusion that here we go again, this worked for a little time, but now it doesn't, or, great, it's hard to lose weight. We can't have those kinds of thoughts in our head and have success. Would you agree? I hope so. So I want to share with you a couple of things that you can pre-plan or prep as you're continuing on this journey. And the first one is, the scale is not the complete indicator of your health. Just decide that up front. It's just not. It's just a measuring stick. Either it's up or down. There's a reason behind either. And I want to really think about the reason and not just, oh, this isn't what I want it to be. Okay? My meals can support my goals, and I can still eat my favorite foods. You want to plan that ahead of time. Why? Because during one of your challenges, or during your journey, or your healthy journey, or your weight loss journey, you're going to have an opportunity to eat in some places that you normally don't eat. You might be out of control with what you're eating because you didn't prepare it or something like that. Just say to yourself that my meals can support my goals and I can eat my favorite foods. And you know why that's going to be true more than ever as time goes on? Because your favorite foods are going to be really healthy. Some of my favorite foods now, which I wouldn't have said 10 years ago, some of my favorite foods are Brussels sprouts. Like I was craving Brussels sprouts last night. Can you believe it? Like things will change. So you can eat your favorite foods and they will support your health. And decide to have some, like my friend Jane says, have some non-scale victories. It's not just all about what's on the scale. There are so many things happening with your energy, with your endurance, with your patience, with your stress. You know, there's so many things that are happening positive as you're on this health journey. The scale just isn't the winner here. It's not the only thing that determines your health and your direction. Putting too much weight on the scale, whether it reads up or down, can potentially thwart your progress. How? Up or down? The scale goes up and you're like, oh, forget it. I'm just going to go and have that piece of cake. You know, the scale goes down and you're like, yay, I did good. I'm going to go have that piece of cake. Right? So it can throw you in either way. Don't tell me you've never done that. You've never been so proud of yourself and the results that you're getting that you didn't actually indulge a little bit in something because you thought, not doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and have this, right? I know you have. Come on, I'm not the only one. So it's time to transfer the power back to you, not in your scale. It's in your hands completely. And I hope that you understand and accept that my philosophy that the scale isn't the whole truth. It's not the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It is just a piece of information, a piece of knowledge that lets you know you're either needing to change it or you're needing to understand it. And what I mean by that is if you're gaining muscle, the scale might go up a little bit. Okay, I understand that. If you're not gaining muscle, you need to be losing fat and the scale should be going down, right? And then also, remember, as I've said before, it's a journey. So it's a journey that you're starting or continuing and you're never stopping. So for the rest of your life, you'll thank me later. I guarantee you, you will thank me later that you're starting this health journey wherever you're at, whatever age, whatever weight. You will thank me later that you kept it going. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And the full picture of what you're doing will show up in a result. You'll have clarity of what you're doing. I know someone mentioned the other day, as I think one of my clients in my private chat, or maybe it was in a Facebook group, and she mentioned that she was walking by some dark windows in a shopping area and she caught a glimpse of herself and was just like, hey, this is working. So thumbs up to her. I love to hear stories like that. Keep sharing stories with me like that. I get just completely jacked up about those kinds of non-scale victories. So let's agree the scale doesn't give you the whole picture. And we'll take a breath and get our mindset straight, because if we believe it, honestly, you really can achieve it. But you have to believe it. You have to believe it's possible. Even if the scale goes up, even if you have a bad meal, even if you fall off track, as long as you inhale and exhale, you can keep trying. And I'm going to be here to help you and to encourage you. And I'm so proud of you. And I look forward to helping you reach your goal, not just on the scale, but in every area of your health. I'm so proud of you. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a phenomenal day.